I don't. This is. I mean, sports fandom is this. Like, man, Kings fan. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying, hey, who's still a Kings fan? Everyone who's a Kings fan is still a Kings fan. They might be angry.
Yeah.
They might be some level of apathetic. They may not go to games anymore. They may not sit down at 5 o'clock or whenever tip-off is tonight and going, all right, I'm locking in for 48 minutes of Kings. You might say, okay, I'll watch the first quarter and see how it goes. I'll be on a quarter-by-quarter basis. But if they're going to be bad, I'm going to go do something else in my life. I think that's where a lot of people are. But if I want to know, again, from the chat at youtube.com/ESPN1320, Tom 2 Witty said, I'm optimistic that the Kings aren't this bad with a roster they are trying to win with in the future.
Okay.
I've lost that. I don't have that optimism. That's the sliver I was clinging to going into the year.
Yeah, like map it out for me. That's the problem. Like, how do you map out the point where you get to, like, again, if the Bill Simmons trade could just happen today, that would be so good for the Sacramento Kings to be able to move off of a bunch and move your entire build up at least 1 year. And then it's like, okay, like give the guy at least somewhat of a blank slate, right? Like it's not totally blank, but it's also like there's enough room for you to work. Because right now that's the problem. There's no room to work. I mean, it's why I brought up yesterday, like, would Vivek Ranadive go into the luxury tax to get rid of this roster?
Yeah.
As opposed to giving up picks, as opposed to like is that something that you would do? Because it might be the only way out of this is to go out and do a deal where you take back an extra $6 million or something. And that $6 million costs you maybe 15 or 20 total. But like, there's got to be some sort of way out of this. And it's tough because, like, I don't think anyone wants to go through a full rebuild, but except for Mark. But you're there. You're past that.
You may not want to go through a full rebuild, but tough.
Yeah.
There's not this is not a feasible roster.
No.
Who are you building around here? What is it? Like, what? This is just a collection of players.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Oak Grove Kid Talk on 916-909-1320, 916-909-1320. Let's get out to Don. Don, you're on the Insiders. What's up?
Hey, am I with you guys?
Yeah, you're on the air.
What's going on, man?
Okay. Hey, sweet. I just wanted to kind of push back on TC on being split. I've been split as a Kings fan forever on if we should just actually do a full rebuild or not. And I always used to get mad at Ham's takes, but honestly, I'm on like the Ham side now, and I'm just watching tape of Boozer and AJ over here, just hoping hope we all get blessed and actually hit on a player of Fox or hopefully better talent. I just, can I get that Mavs love? So I was optimistic, Kyle. Yep. I cannot be anymore. I love the Kings, but my goodness, can we please just hit on someone big? Please. I'm begging.
I would like to ask you a question, and you may or may not have an answer. If you don't have an answer, it's okay. Was there a breaking point for you where your optimism went away?
Yeah, it was honestly probably that Doug Christie soliloquy. Is that the right word for it?
Yeah, that plays.
I think after listening to that and seeing how much he cares, it's kind of like he's a fan kind of, but a coach. It's like all of us in those seats, we care so much. And just seeing how much he cares and looking at the team like, yeah, it's not going to happen this year, Doug. And that just broke me. And I'm like, yeah, no, we got to be right for him and for us. So I hope he gets that chance. I don't know if he will. I can't trust Kings ownership to allow him to, if we ever get to a level of competition that he wants to. But that was my breaking point.
Awesome. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate you.
Yep.
That's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
That the Doug Christie moment, I'm not sure which one, but I'm guessing I think
that was the pregame where
I don't think it's a pregame where he went off for 2 minutes, slammed his fist down and walked out. I think it's the next game
The post game after the next
where he
game.
had the
Oh, yeah,
the
sure.
elongated like post game where it was like raw. That was the right move by Doug.
Mhm.
That was the real Doug Christie.
Mhm.
And having reporters like keep digging, seeing the thread and start pulling on it is exactly what needed to happen.
Mhm.
Because that way it's organic.
Mhm.
It doesn't feel like it's forced. What it is a room of people are like, okay, this is interesting.
Mhm.
Let's see how far we're gonna take
Mhm.
this moment. And I think it was like a raw, like original moment where you're like, okay, now I get Doug. Like for people who don't know Doug, like, you know, a lot of us in the media do. We know Doug and how passionate he is, and how much he loves the city, how much he loves the franchise, and how much he wants to turn this around. But I think that was an honest moment where people saw it. The day before, where he came out and talked for 2 minutes and then walked out,
Mhm.
was like, okay, that was weird. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
Like
The
you know.
post game the next night definitely felt like more resignation. Like
It
or
was
no,
resignation,
I'm
but
sorry.
it was
Not the next night. It was because the next night he was like, I could have put the jersey on and I could have played harder than that.
yes.
But then there was one after. I think it might
There's
have been the next game.
third one.
No, it was after not their most recent.
It was a road game where he
loss.
had like sort of resignation. And like,
Yeah,
look, I get it, but I think that's what we're up against here, right? Like, how do you?
it was their last loss to the Spurs,
Okay,
where he just kind of was like, all right, we got to defend the three better, got to run them off the line.
yeah,
You know, got to make sure, you know, when we rotate that everybody rotates. Just it wasn't like fire. It was just matter of fact. This is what we have to do. We don't have the dudes to do it. Like
I think it's really interesting. Like we are seeing like the stages of grief with Doug, like fully. You're seeing like acceptance. That's what that was right there. But like fighting it, you've seen that. You've seen anger. You've seen all of it.
All right, let's run through this. Stage number 1, denial. That's before the season.
Yeah, even in the first week of the season when you had some close games, it was denial that they were as bad as they were.
Yeah, really close. But we're right there.
But the teams they were playing were horrible.
We should be 4-1. We're just not ready to be 4-1. That was denial.
Yeah, and again, you played the Suns, who were like realistically, they're not good. You played Utah, who's horrible.
Yeah.
You played the Lakers without Luka and LeBron. And then what was the fourth game is OKC, and the fifth
on the second night of a back-to-back with no Jalen Williams and no Chet.
Yeah,
and then it was the Bulls.
And we thought, okay, if they can go 4-1 or 3-2, they've got a shot.
Yep.
If they can't do that, they're in a whole lot of trouble.
Stage 2 is anger. That was the 2-minute presser.
The 2 minutes, 32 seconds of like, what in the hell?
Yep. Calling out the haters and the doubters. We're going to be here. Just wait. Oh, wow. That was anger.
The next one is bargaining.
Step 3 is bargaining.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what bargaining is when you say, I would throw on a jersey out there and give you 6 fouls at 55.
If only we tried harder, we would be there. We're just not. That was the bargaining. The depression, I think, was. Did we skip that?
There's just so many points of depression.
We might have just skipped that because it feels like he went straight to acceptance in his next press conference.
Yeah.
The next press conference is like, what are you going to do now? Actually, you know what? No, it's depression right now.
Yeah.
Because, all right, fine. Here, Zach LaVine, you start. And Domas and DeRozan, yeah, you guys start. Yeah, we'll start Russell Westbrook, I guess. Cool. Acceptance will be DeMar DeRozan's coming off the bench because Nick Clifford's going to start. Or Zach LaVine has been dragging ass the last 3 games. He's going to be on the bench. And Nick Clifford's going to start. Hey, you know what? Drew Eubanks tries really hard. Love to see it. Maxime Reynaud, get in there. You're going to play because that's what this season is about. That'll be the acceptance.
Yep.
Right now, we're in the midst of a depression.
Yeah, and we're also, there's that little glimmer of hope because Keegan's coming back, and just maybe.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, man. I've covered this team forever. Go back through this season already. Malik Monk missed 2 games with due to the we'll say it now, the birth of a child, right? Like he's put it out there. It's out there. So he was gone.
Shout out to Malik.
Yeah, shout out to Malik. So he missed a couple of games.
And his family. Malik and his family.
Yeah, but Domas is going to miss his 4th game tonight in 14 games. That's unheard of. In 15 games, that's unheard of for him.
That's crazy.
Because it's not one injury. It's he missed the first game, then he got sick, and then, like you have all these little things. But look at all of the Zach LaVine. Magically shows up on the injury report and then doesn't play. Gets sick, doesn't play. You just go down the list of all the players that have just missed random games. That is a team that's like, okay, it's a Tuesday night. Do I really need to be there, coach? Because I kind of would like to go hang out with my family for another day or something. Is that okay? Like that, it feels like, again, when you're looking at the whole 2 feet in or 1 foot in, like that's what this feels like. It feels like the Kings players are, and it's not that they're not all in on Doug. It's just like the reality is set in like so quickly.
When the reality, and like, I don't think Nick Clifford is out.
No.
I don't think Maxime Reynaud or Keegan Murray or even
Russell
like
Westbrook.
Malik Monk. Russell Westbrook certainly isn't. But it's not that everybody's out. Doug's lost the locker room. No, I think DeMar DeRozan's been in the league 17 years. DeMar DeRozan is looking around the locker room going, all right, I know what this season is.
He knows the score.
I have maybe 2-3 years left.
Yep. If that.
4 if everything goes perfect. I have 4 of these left. And this is where I'm spending one of them. God.
Yeah.
If you're Domantas Sabonis, you're like, man, I'm 29. I'm in my prime. This is where I'm going to spend my prime years.
Yep.
You're Zach LaVine. Like, this is where I'm at.
And
like,
all you hear is from the outside is how no one can trade you.
Yeah,
like,
nobody wants you. Kings fans don't like you.
You remember what he said like right away? Like, I'm just glad I'm where somebody wanted me. That's what he said when he got to Sacramento. Now it's like, oh boy, I don't think they want me here either.
So all of your 3 of your 4 best dudes, save for Russell Westbrook, and potentially Keegan Murray, are all sitting there. We'll have keys to a Kings victory coming up later.
Yeah,
where I'm going to talk a little bit about this. But when 3 of your 4 best guys are like, nah, like they're going to go out, they're going to try. You're not. It's not like they're going to not play. It's not like you'll see them. They're going to be like, no, don't give me the ball. I'm going to go stand here in the corner and pout.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're going to go try and score. And there's like a competitive drive. Like, you don't get to be a professional basketball player and one of the greatest basketball players in the history of the world without being a competitive psychopath that wants to. But that loose ball, that extra rebound, Gonna go draw some contact. I don't want to. God, I'm 37. I'm not gonna go draw contact.
This season really feels like one of those games where every single missed shot by the opponent hits the back iron and is a long rebound that flies right over your head, right to the other team. That's what this season feels like. It's like you didn't really do anything wrong, but there's no way to get to the ball. Like it just keeps flying just out of your grasp. That's what this season feels like in a nutshell. It's like, oh, this team isn't it. They're not close enough where you're like, oh, it's just one tweak. It's just Keegan Murray gets. That's not it. No, it's more.
And I want to make this point clear before we step aside and jump into our looking ahead to the Kings Thunder game tonight. For those of you that are tapped in and are hoping they win, I want to make it clear for the when I say people who are optimistic, We're asking if people are optimistic. I saw somebody say it was our guy Tom, who said, I'm optimistic that they aren't this bad with the roster they're trying to win with. I also don't think they're going to win. I think they're on pace to win 17 games right now. 18 if we round up, 17.6. I don't think they're going to win 18 games. I don't think they will be that bad. But this idea that they can win 41 and be in a play-in spot, I'm running out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm running out of.
Yeah, that's on life support.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they got to go.